Every process needs to have somebody who is responsible for either the entire process or particular steps or tasks in the process, so that you can hold people accountable. If a sale doesn't happen, if a delivery goes wrong, if a customer becomes angry because they try to get their problem solved and it couldn't be solved, there should be somebody you can hold accountable, because processes have to be executed by people. So you have to execute and say, if we do not achieve our goal, you are the person who I'm holding responsible. Or the 3 of you are responsible for this process. The 4 of you are responsible for this process. The 2 of you are responsible for this process. Or you are responsible for step 1 and step 3. You are responsible for step 2 and step 5. So you need to assign responsibilities, and it needs to be very clear who is responsible for what. If not, processes will not work. And of course, you cannot improve processes if you're not monitoring the process and introducing controls. An example of a control will be approvals. So maybe you have a process for selling to your customers, right? But then you can introduce a control that says, if the value of the customer's order is above $1,000, you must get approval from me or the manager. So the controls make sure that even though your people are following your processes, things don't go wrong because they're making wrong decisions. So approvals, limits, example of a control. So if it gets to this level, you can escalate it. I'm sure you've heard that word before in all these big companies. When things get to a certain level, they get escalated because the risk involved is higher, or the amount of money involved is higher, or the caliber of customer involved is higher. So you escalate it to a senior and more experienced person in the organization. Sometimes that may be you as a CEO. Sometimes it may be your manager or somebody else. So there needs to be that level of control. So approvals, limits are one examples of controls. Another example of a control is like a quality check. So this is quite common in a manufacturing company, or if you're going to deliver goods to your customer. So when the order has been packed or when the product has been made, just before you move it into the warehouse or before you move it to the customer, somebody has to come in and check that the product meets all the specifications and requirements and all that. What that does is that it reduces the chances of error, and it reduces the chances of putting your business into trouble, because you are checking at certain critical points in the process. So at certain critical points in the process, you may need to introduce controls to make sure your people are doing the right thing, or your people are not taking risks that are above what they should take. So these are the steps. Very simple. Think of anything you are trying to achieve in your business, the desired goal, anything you are trying to achieve or improve in your business. Break it down to steps and tasks. The next step, introduce enablers, things that will make it easy, whether they are templates, scripts, checklists, anything at all that will make life easy for your people that they can use to get the job done, right? And then you must assign roles and responsibilities. You have to hold people accountable for certain aspects of the process. And of course, you have to monitor and control, because that is how you will know that your process is being followed and that people are not making mistakes. And you can give feedback, because imagine if you have to do quality checks, you may pick up things that people have done wrong, and that is an opportunity for you to improve your process. So you're about to ship an order, and during the quality check, we found out that the customer's payment has not been confirmed. That means somebody dropped the ball along the process. Whose job is it to confirm that this customer's payment has been confirmed? That is how you can then zoom into the person who is responsible for it, give feedback if that's what is required, if a reprimand is required, or if this person has been continuously doing this thing, you then consider whether you train this person or replace this person or fire this person. That is how surgical business processes help you become in your business.